All right, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Check me out, man. We definitely got something interesting to talk about. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the comment section, hit the notification bell. We definitely got something very interesting for y'all. We're gonna get right into it because there's been a lot of discussion that's been happening lately about this specific topic, and I don't really kind of know what's really kind of going on when we're discussing this, but of course, if you haven't really been noticing what's been going on lately, the main conversation lately has been around Kendrick Lamar, and lately it's been about, was 10K really a valid offer? If not, you have the opportunity to take royalties on your feature on GNX. So a lot of people, mainly Drake fans, of course, and anybody else is kind of really biased on Kendrick, obviously, are going to voice their opinions first and louder. And the conversation has been, oh man, that's not a fair deal. What is 10K? Royalties, I feel like they just got snubbed. Kendrick is pimping them. The same colonizer move that he's calling out Drake for, he's basically doing that with these artists. It's a lot of speculations that's been kind of going on and stirring around that kind of concept. And I mean, honestly, I got a few questions before I deep dive into this. My question for one is, what are you going to do? Are you going to take this deal? Meaning, are you going to say, I'll take the 10K? Or are you going to take the royalties? Or are you just going to denounce the opportunity in whole and say that I just don't want to work with you at all? So in the comment section, please let me know what you would do. Would you take the 10K? Write 10K in the chat. If you would take royalties, just put royalties in the chat. Or if you would not do the deal at all and just would not be featured on the album, just say no deal. Make sure you, like I said, put all that into the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, because we're about to get into it. Shout out to Big Zo. Now, Big Zo, he's definitely an up and coming YouTube artist. He's been doing this for quite some time, and yeah, man, he definitely has some thoughts on this. I've seen MacWop and TF kind of discuss this, but I kind of just want to see what y'all thought process is on this as I go over it as well in live time. So yeah, man, let's get into it.
There's a new argument out there, and I'm sure some of y'all have already heard about it. It's concerning Kendrick Lamar's GNX album, right? As we all know, the album had a good amount of features from artists like Hitter J3, Dodie 6, AZ Chike, Lefty Gunplay, Wale the Sensei, Siete, 7X, Young Threat, Peso. A lot of West Coast energy on that project, right. And from the jump, it was pretty clear the direction Kendrick was taking with this album.
Shout out to everybody that was featured on GNX, man. I feel like everybody did a good job, man, on what they did. Some did obviously better, but shout out to everybody that was on GNX. Let's get right into it, man. Shout out to excuse me, I can't even talk. Shout out to, like I said, Big Zo TV, been definitely doing this thing. We're gonna give him a like and we're gonna give him that subscribe, man, because I like his content, bro. But let's get right into it.
This wasn't just an album of, let me just go grab anybody and put them on the record. This one felt like Kendrick saying, these are artists I'm actually tapped in with. These are artists I like. These are artists I want to put a spotlight on. And I think it's important to note because that gives you the outline of the project, right? And that gives you the purpose of the project. This album sounded exactly how it was meant to sound. LA. And let's keep it honest here, man. These artists featured on the album got one of the biggest cosigns on the West Coast they could possibly get, especially coming right after one of the biggest rap battles in hip-hop history, dog. So with that said, let's talk about the latest issue being brought up about Kendrick. And it has everything to do with the business side of things. Now, this all starts with a video where Dejan Paul, who basically said that he heard from a source that Kendrick Lamar took advantage of LA artists by offering the artists that were featured on the GNX project either $10,000 or royalties. And obviously, you know, this is going going to start a big uproar and people are going to have opinions about this. So we're going to talk about it real quick, man. Let's listen to what Dejan had to say. Let's start there.
That was my second point. I got a call from a very powerful industry executive. He manages an artist that is on GNX. And he told me for a fact that all of the artists, LA rappers that was featured on GNX only got paid $10,000 for their feature. And only 2 of them have received publishing to this day.
If you're not familiar, the options was you either could get 10K or you could choose publishing. Like I said, he just basically broke it down. Out of everybody that did the opportunity to pick and choose which one they wanted, most of them chose 10K, and only 2 artists, if I'm not mistaken, chose publishing. If I had to guess based on who's affected now and who's still doing music now at a high rate, I would say that Chike, AZ Chike, shout out to AZ Chike, I would say that he probably took the publishing, and I would say that either Lefty Gunplay took the publishing as well, if not Hitta J3 took the publishing. Now, if you're smart, in my opinion, I believe you would take the publishing. Yes, if the music flops, you are out of luck, right? And yeah, people don't understand royalty checks. Royalties, they kind of come low amounts frequently if their song is buzzing and generating obviously revenue. But if you're smart, to me, I think the publishing route would be best for you, especially if you are that much confident in your artistry. But let's get right into what Dejan had to say, man.
So
shout out to Dejan Paul, by the way. He's definitely a well-known voice over there in the West Coast. He basically does the report cards if you're not familiar with them. But Dejan Paul has always been around in the LA scene. But shout out to Dejan Paul. Let's go.
That speaks to the opportunistic-ness of the situation. You are this multi-platinum artist. You probably, if we look up his net worth, it's probably in the hundreds of millions. You get what I'm saying? GNX sold millions and millions. It's a multi-platinum album. It broke streaming records, all of these things. Allegedly there's bots, but whatever. To find out from a verified, trusted industry source that, again, works with one of the artists on GNX, that all the LA rappers, upcoming LA rappers featured on GNX only got paid $10,000, and only 2 of all the LA rappers featured on the project were given any publishing. Basically, he told me how they were approached was, look, this is going to be a big, you can do a lot with this opportunity. This is a good look. You know, just take the 10 racks and, you know, do what you can with this opportunity. This is a good look. We're about to bring the West Coast back. Woo, woo, woo. They sold these artists a dream.
So, okay, so let's start there, man. To get on here and say, it's funny how he's trying to like structure this. He's trying to structure this to say almost like they were pressuring them to take the 10 racks. Now, here's my issue, man.
Big facts, bro, because I did not like that narrative.
And with what he said right now, man. The way this is being painted already shows me there's a narrative being told here. The key phrase in this whole thing is up-and-coming artist. That part matters because I've been an up-and-coming artist at a point in my life, right? And I'll tell you something. It would have been a dream for a local big-time artist in my area to feature me on a record.
Big facts.
Not even an album, a record, dog. So it's funny to me the things people attach onto when they want to paint a negative picture. Because what exactly is negative about an artist giving an up-and-coming artist an opportunity on an album with international reach? And also, this is assuming any of this is even verified, because this could all be bullshit. But let's start there, because a lot of people are running with this like they were sitting at the table when the contracts were being discussed. But even if this is true, offering someone 10K as an up-and-coming artist is big time, bruh.
And that's what a lot of people just seem to not understand or realize. When you're getting offered 10K and you're a nobody, it matters. Like, you aren't getting 10K for a feature probably at that moment. So the fact that you're getting 10K for a feature is like already saying, all right, that's valid. But to have the opportunity for royalties, you got to understand the business a little bit deeper. That tells me as an artist how do you look at your music? How do you look at your artistry? And what do you scale yourself? Are you an upcoming artist that has motion? Or are you an artist that doesn't have motion? If you don't have motion, most likely you're going to be easily willing to take the 10K. Why? Because it's there in your face. It's quick, fast money. You know what I'm saying? You probably going to flip that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the royalties, depending on how good you are making music, if you feel as though that whoever you are, you could hop on a track and still have a presence, then if you choose royalties, obviously if the song's going charts and it's going on the Billboard for a few weeks, you're most likely going to get a good payout when it comes to that. Now, yeah, of course, it's a lot of politics when it comes to the scales of what streaming payouts are and stuff like that, but you still play a smart role because you're basically betting in a stock that you're investing in for yourself. Your work ethic just says how good or bad rather your stock is going to go for you.
No disrespect to any of these artists, man, on this album, but we gotta speak facts here, man. We're not gonna sugarcoat the shit. We're not gonna bullshit. Outside of their immediate area, how recognizable could anybody say the names were? Again, no disrespect, but we gotta keep it real about where people were at before that look. I mean, you mean to tell me these artists didn't appreciate not only being on the album, but also having the option to take 10K cash or royalties? Most of them probably couldn't get a show booked for 10K at that point. So what are we really talking about? It's funny watching these people come out the woodwork, trying to paint this as a negative, trying to make it seem like Kendrick is suddenly out here stealing from up and coming artists. And this is one of those situations where it proves the old saying, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Because if Kendrick doesn't put these artists on, people say he got all the power and didn't help nobody. Then he puts people on, and now it's he exploited them. Come on, man.
Then you wonder why Dodie Six is smoking drugs and smoking balloons and crashing out and doing all this stuff because he's not getting paid.
I love the Dodie Six is on drugs and cracked out point that's being attempted here. This is kind of funny, man, because let's really talk about that. If Dodie Six never got a feature to begin with, what would the result be? Did the 10K derail Dodie Six?
I mean, that's all I'm saying, bruh. You feel me? If the 10K was really that bad, you're telling me all it took was $10,000 for Dodie Six to not be a viral sensation anymore? What people fail to realize is when Dodie Six was crashing out, he had a lot of other stuff going on. He was going through something personal. He was, I believe, suicidal or having mental health issues at that moment, as well as it was some issues going on in his organization, and they were looking to discipline Sir. So it's a lot of other stuff that was kicking off at the time, and he used that as a vocal point, right, to kind of crash out and say how he felt X, Y, and Z. But then he doubled down on it again afterwards and apologized, basically saying it wasn't Kendrick's fault because of the simple fact it was the choices that he made. What I've always been told as an artist, you always have to be ready because you never know when the opportunity of ready is going to present itself. So that way, obviously, when you're ready to present yourself, you're already having things in the chamber, locked, loaded, and ready to go. So when your name does get called, it's like a player that's been practicing on the team for forever. If he takes practice as it is what it is because I'm never getting in the game, all right, cool. The moment that a call happens where he looks you in your eyes and says, son, I need you to get in the game, you got to be ready to perform, because you can be mad at the fact that, yeah, I'm getting in the game now after all this time, but it's now I have the opportunity. Now it's presented itself. What am I going to do with this? Am I going to make sure that I'm a rotational guy from this moment on? Am I going to come in the game and make him sit here and say, we might got to play you more and you possibly could be a starter? Like, what are the allegations here? What are the levels of where you want to take this at? And a lot of people kind of don't understand that, because niggas like AZ Chike took this moment and he's running still with this. Like, he hasn't stopped running. And it's to the point where now he's getting features that he wasn't getting before. So if you're looking at whoever took these opportunities serious, you just gotta look and read the room. I mean, literally, what Lefty Gunplay said four words. I mean 4 lines. It get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Like literally, it gets crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. He said 6 words. They looped it. He's a Grammy winner. Like, not saying his lyrics took him to that platform. It's the fact that his likeliness took him to that platform. It's the fact that he didn't pout about it when he got the opportunity. He didn't get mad at Kendrick and say, yeah, we recorded a few tracks and this is the only thing that you wanted to put on the album. He could have easily got mad. He could have easily said, F Kendrick for that. How could he do something like that to me? I'm worth so much more. But yet this nigga's in an interview saying how appreciative he is to mix a black and brown boy together to build that bridge in Cali for one. But then on top of that, they give me an opportunity where I was going through my roughest times in my life, and now I can look over and say I got a Grammy because of this. I'm clean now. I'm doing better for myself, and it just looks at it damn, I can't talk. It looks more of a benefit to you rather than to sit here and complain or pout about how you've not gotten what you were looking for. So I appreciate people like that, because at the end of the day, you got a lot of people, the naysayers, the haters, that are always trying to chip in and say some crazy shit when in reality that's never really the case.
Kendrick forced him to make certain choices. These are grown men, man. At the end of the day, grown men. These are upcoming artists who got an opportunity. And the fact that people are sitting here saying they should have gotten 10K in royalties as if they have inside knowledge on the business workings of the label and whatever was discussed with.
Let's see what we else.
Yeah, you hear how crazy it sounds when you actually listen to it? Like, really listen, dog. And while we having this conversation, did anybody ask how much Kendrick got paid to do New Freezer with Rich the Kid?
And then it was crazy at the time. I didn't even have no hit records. Like, damn. I have not, like, just mixtape type shit. Mm-hmm. And I was in one room, SZA in another room, and then Kendrick was in another room. Mm. So one day Kendrick came to my room and he's like, yo, I want to hear some music. I played him 2 songs. Second song was New Freezer. And he was like, oh yeah, I want to get on this song. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Because that ended up being one of Rich the Kid's biggest songs. Did Kendrick tax
Big facts, and I don't think he taxed that nigga at all.
Him for a fucking feature? No. Did Kendrick charge him some crazy number? No. But they forget that part. So an artist as big as Kendrick Lamar can do a verse for free, but up and coming artists gotta get 10K and royalties for y'all to feel like it's fair, or maybe y'all just want something to say, because that's what it feels like, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy to live in a world where you can provide opportunities to people and have people outside of that situation try to tell you that those same people were taken advantage of. Outside of Dodie 6, I don't recall any other artist complaining about whatever option they accepted. And again, that is if this story is even true.
And that's big facts. And like I said, Dodie 6 got right back on there about a couple days to a week after, and he apologized. So let's clear that shit up too.
I see are people who don't even know these artists, don't even care about these damn artists, telling everybody how those artists should feel about the opportunities that they were given. Who's to say this didn't increase their ability to demand more for a show? Who's to say this didn't open doors for new opportunities? Who's to say this didn't put them in rooms they couldn't get into before? AZ Chike to me has been the biggest standout of
I just said this, bro. He's the only one that has been consistently capitalizing since this day.
All the features. And he ended up signing a major deal with Warner Brothers. So if you took advantage of the look, people can see how that shit helped. But if you didn't take advantage of the look that you were given, now people want to say you got taken advantage of. That shit is backwards, man. And of course, the main argument and criticism is coming from Drake fans, because the first course of action is to always make a comparison, right? Now, Drake is rumored to have given Molly Santana $500K for her feature on the record Ran to Atlanta, plus a share of the royalties. And what's my response to that?
Okay.
Congrats to Molly Santana. That's a great look.
That's how I'm feeling, bro. Okay. Because nobody cares, bro. We know how Drake does. Drake will literally sit here and trick you. Like he's literally a P and he's trying to trick. That's all he's here for. He's trying to trick. So let's be also for real. Molly Santana's what's her names went up, right? I've never heard of Molly Santana a day in my life, right? But let's see what her numbers look like in about 3 months. I'm just saying.
Very generous. I'm not mad at that at all. But the look is still a look, bruh. And Drake is known to be a generous guy.
It is.
It's not real, is it? It's legit? For me?
Yeah. Especially since this has been one of his main strategies, buying loyalty. Let's keep it real, man. Keep it a buck. I mean, the man was rumored to give Young Thug, what, $1 million? He purchased cars for his streamer friends, bro. So you think he wouldn't give Molly Santana $500K?
Think about that. You thought about it? Cool. I've been dead. Let's go.
Especially being that Molly Santana was Pusha T's manager's ex-artist. I don't know if that has a relation to what we talking about, but shit, just something to think about.
That is interesting because I did not know that. I did not know that. So maybe that is like a shot at Pusha T, which again would not be a shot at Pusha T because I could care less if I'm Pusha T. But needless to say, that is definitely interesting. I did not know that information.
Remember when he flew Ice Spice out? Come on, man. What are we talking about? This is the same guy that flew JC to and from Toronto on his private jet and told him, hold on to it until I'm done. The point is, business is business, right? And these are up-and-coming artists. And brother, I hate to tell you, man, but what you do with the look and the opportunity you were given is on you, dog. Nobody else.
They know firsthand. To find out that the LA rappers on GNX was only got paid $10,000 up front and only 2 of them have received any publishing from the situation is sick. Kendrick is a culture vulture for that. To me, that's you taking advantage of the LA rap scene. I'm beefing with a megastar. My back's against the wall. He's cooking me with his Family Matters record. He's saying I don't plant money trees. Let me go out here and make it seem like I'm planting some money trees. That's bullshit.
And the fact that he's talking about he don't plant money trees, y'all niggas fail to realize this. And I'm going to keep this shit real. I'm going to keep this all the way real. And I'm going to kind of be done with this after this. Let's talk about what Kendrick has done for his community in California versus what Drake has done for his community in Toronto. I don't think you can find anything about what Drake has done other than be an ambassador for the Raptors, which they kind of denounced his throne. Literally, the Blue Jays in the time of the beef wasn't even supporting him. They even gave a nigga that he was beefing with the platform and stage to perform where Drake couldn't even perform, or has rather never performed there. So it looks like at home he does not have respect. 2, when it comes to putting rappers on, he tried to put on OVO. The only one that seemed to resonate to anybody was Party Next Door. He tried it with Smiley, didn't work. He tried it with 4 Bats, and even though he's a distribution sign on, that didn't work. Literally, Magic Jordan, like literally everybody else that's on that label, you don't even really hear. You don't listen to unless you're from Toronto and you live in Toronto. That's the only reason why they're getting spins like that and all that good stuff like that. But let's be for real. Drake ain't never put nobody on his OVO label on at all, other than maybe Party, and he did that literally right after the beef. It took him how long to do that? Right after the beef, you now put him on there? Yeah, you did collab tracks and he wrote songs for you, but let's be for real. Even that was a flop. So you really didn't put him on. Versus for Kendrick, I mean, let's be for real. He's been doing songs with Schoolboy Q and then with Collard Greens for quite some time. Win with J-Rock. Money Trees with J-Rock. Hood Gonna Love It with J-Rock, Absol with Control System. Like, I mean, like, bro, like, that's just TDE. Then you got, of course, what he just recently did with SZA. Then on top of that, it's a lot of collabs he's done. I mean, think about it. Are we forgetting the collaboration he did with Nipsey on Victory Lap with Dedication? Then we're going to sit here and talk about not even just the music aspect of what he just literally did with GNX, with AZ Chike, Lefty Gunplay, literally Peso, literally hit a J3, the list goes on, where everybody else got more of a limelight and more listening viewers since that album. Then we look at what he does in his community, what he's done to the Compton School District, what he's done to families around the environment. Drake calls him out for saying, "Oh yeah, you give turkeys in your hood just to go back and live in the hills." Have you ever gave turkeys back? You talk about how many people did you help on the back of your deal? Do you not realize that Kendrick's been helping a lot of people in the back of the deal? Do you not forget he used the pop out to get the people that were known legends from literally what 2006 all the way to like 2024 2025 an opportunity to get reheard again, to get on stage, to be in a big moment, not only for just for California, but everybody else started tuning in. He put it on Netflix, for crying out loud. Like, it's a lot of things that I don't think that you're kind of understanding that he's done for his hood, his community, the artists around him on and off his label, versus what Drake has done for people on his label in the city that he claims he reps. Like, I don't get that. Like that, and that's why I'm saying it's different, because you see the people that he's helped, because it is the same people that was on the cover to Pimp a Butterfly. It's the same people that he's been tapped in with for so long. That's why he's able to shoot videos like Not Like Us and be able to get the turnouts and stuff that he did. Versus, again, it's all about the cultural influence, bro. You don't have to always talk about it. It just, actions speak louder than words. You can kind of see what it is. You can see what it does. And it's just mind-boggling to me that people really turn this into a situation where they look at 10K from an artist that never probably was even getting $500 or not alone $5,000 for a feature, to be looked upon as, oh yeah, that's a trash offer, where Drake just buys his features and then they don't blossom from that at all. For instance, like the JB Blockboy situation, you can literally take Drake, and if he has this hit making effect, right, on everybody that he does this with, right, how come JB Blockboy flopped? I can easily tell you why he flopped. Because people like Peso, or people like Dodie Six, they'll get into these, well, not Peso, but people like Dodie Six rather, they'll get into the situation where they'll go ahead and complain about something, or if something's not working for the moment, they'll not know how to follow up, and then they'll be on a crash out rant, and then that's how his demise ended up making his motion from that album deflate. Versus a guy named JB Blockboy, you know what I mean? JB Blockboy had that song, but it really wasn't a good song. Drake made it a good song, right? And then his follow-up song that he came out with, it didn't hit the same. Then before you know it, he's coming out with an album and no one's listening to it, and then there goes his sale. I mean, there goes his ship. It has sailed. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like, now, what are we really doing here at this point? Like, are we wasting opportunity, or am I going to collaborate with people that not only have a prospering future, but also know what to do? Let's be for real too. Not to even mention the fact that Kendrick took Baby King, right? His what, second cousin, first cousin, something like that. He took him on off of his first project, Coloring Book. He got a Grammy? So let's be for real. I don't think Drake has took Party Next Door into the room and said, hey, here's a Grammy. I don't even think he's been nominated for Album of the Year. Like let's be for real, bro. So it's just like, it's levels when it comes to this. So it's like, at the end of the day, we can say a lot and we can talk about a lot, but at the end of the day, none of this stuff really holds weight when you're talking about fictitious things that really just seem to not make sense, bro.
Artists in the world on one of the biggest albums of the year with the option of taking the money or betting on the royalty, that's nothing. If you ask me, the no-brainer here is to take the royalties. But if you don't care about the longevity to stretch this money and you just want to get paid up front, that's on you as a grown-ass man. You cannot sit here and start to blame all that man's misfortune on the fact that he didn't get paid an amount that you are thinking is the correct amount to pay him as an upcoming artist. This is such an L take, man. My gosh. Wait, stay up. Hold it. What a L take, man. My gosh, man. Look, man, at some point, we got to stop acting like every opportunity that doesn't look like a Drake stimulus package is exploitation, bro. Because it's not. Sometimes it's just business. Sometimes it's just a look. Sometimes it's just a chance, dog. And look, whatever you do with that chance is on you. So y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Did Kendrick take advantage of these artists?
And like I said, man, we're going to end the video right there. Y'all tell me, like he said, man, would y'all have taken the deal? Is it a fair deal in your eyes? And if so, would y'all have taken the 10K or would y'all have taken the royalties, man? It's kind of crazy that we even had to have this conversation, but I just kind of want to get y'all thoughts on this. Make sure y'all follow, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all tapping in and tuning in to Music Talks with your boy Lil. This is Lil FM, you know what I'm saying? And definitely got more content and more info coming to y'all. Make sure, again, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.